going on? What's going on, people? This is the South Football Podcast. It's your man, Renard Williams. We got our guy. I hope you know we're up this weekend, Mr. D.L. Gardner with the he keep moving the mic around. Let me straight. Hey, what's happening, man?
Hey man, I'm doing okay, man. If I I'm doing okay. It started getting choppy there at the beginning, so I don't know if it's on my end, if it was on your end, but we'll see how it goes. So if I have to hop
Who
out,
knows?
hop back in, we'll make it work. But I'm
Hopefully,
good.
hopefully it wasn't on my end though. Prayerfully it wasn't on my end, but
Yeah,
you know, you know, we'll see. We'll see as we get into it, man. We'll see how things are going, see how things are doing, or whatever. So, what's good with you, man?
hey man, everything good, man. I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm all right. Great relaxing weekend. You know,
Oh, really?
it was. It's okay.
That what you got to say? It's okay.
It's okay. It's gonna be all right.
Gotcha.
It's gonna
It's
be all
gonna
right.
be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
Well, I mean, before we get into it, man, just a little housekeeping here. We started out week nine. Week nine, we got it going on. Everything going good, doing the kind of thing. So, I guess you got to enjoy a little bit of football this weekend yourself.
I did. I did. Couple of interesting games, but yeah, yeah,
Couple.
yeah. A couple of interesting games.
Well. I see you don't move around your furniture in there, so I take it that you're
Absolutely,
not.
I did.
I don't see I don't see a flag back there right now.
It's over there.
Really?
It's over there.
So we still got it up.
Oh, it's still up. It just won't appear in no more shows.
You ain't even gonna bring it over and wave it a little bit.
No, heck no.
So you don't put up both your flags for the year.
One is folded up over here. You know which one that is.
I'm sure that's a Seminole flag that's
Yeah,
folded up
that,
over there
that,
because
that one flow. That one's folded up over here under my baby picture.
goddamn,
Um,
that's that one has surrendered.
Cause it's normally hanging right here. But yeah, man, nah, we ain't doing that. Uh, and it's up. It has to stay up. I mean, I had no choice for that one. But yeah,
Okay,
first
I
stays
got you.
optional.
Optional.
Option.
Hey man, that's your team, and you can't leave your team, bro. You can't
Yes,
leave
I
your
can.
team behind.
I can.
Oh, I know you can. I know you will.
I will. I sure will.
But before we go on a little further, moving on, we definitely had some interesting games this weekend. Shout out to of course, to the Magic City Classic. Y'all already know they gave us a good time, gave us a good little thing. You know what I'm saying? Always appreciate the media hospitality that they give. And I will have something about that later. Not gonna talk about that right now. I'll just say shout out to people that put it on. It's a big thing to do. But hey, we gotta do something about the press box situation. Moving on. Uh, not feeling. Not gonna be the angry black man this morning. I mean this evening. Not gonna do that. Not gonna do that yet. Not yet. I think one is enough.
You'll be accurate.
I think one is enough right now. So you know how it is. But before we do that, a couple people in the that said something. What's happening? You already know, Quintel. What's happening, Quintel? You already know what's good. Jared, what's up, man? What's up, my guy? Good to see you, dog. Good to see you, man.
Jared was missing last week, wasn't he?
Probably so, but we didn't have a lot of no notifications turned on. We just hit the button sometimes. Depending on our schedule, depending on what happens. This fall football life is something serious. I already know how it goes when talking about fall football. But I think hey, we chat up enough before we really get in deep into week nine and everything. Good for the state of Alabama, good nationwide for a lot of stuff. But we get deep into it. I think it's time to give you your time, let you talk and let you say something a little bit. You got to watch the game. You got to watch the classic. You got to
I
watch the
did.
classic.
I
And
did.
before we get on, before we really get into it, and everything that we saw, the X's and O's of everything with different games and stuff like that, I just want to know how you feeling. I will leave the floor to you, sir.
Uh, I'm feeling okay. I mean, I feel like I will get some. I feel like I will get some resolve. I feel like I will get what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing that you can't do at these in-state jobs are pretty much we know in the state of Alabama, you can't lose to your rival 3 years straight and think it's gonna be all right. So the fan base is hot. The alumni is they steaming,
Steaming.
steaming. Boy, it's five mainer, five mainer, five mainer.
Steaming Willie Beeman.
I mean, and honestly, bruh, it is what it is. So no word, nothing. Of course, you won't you won't hear anything on that front probably till after the season. But but man, I'm okay. I was a little upset, but because I felt like the team should have played better than what they did.
I
Um,
heard a couple things, Dave, but go ahead.
yeah, I felt like the team should have played better. We had a whole lot of missed opportunities out there, to say the least. Congratulations to Kareem. He got his first, his first true start, first win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your first start, first win, be the Magic City Classic. And you come in the season as a fifth string quarterback, injuries, different things happen. Boom, you the guy. You get a chance to what bigger stage is it for a hometown kid, right?
Right.
So, I mean, congratulations to him and his family. But overall, man, I'm okay. I have recovered. I
Okay.
have licked my wounds, and now just let's just let the process be the process.
Well, I will say this. This is not our first conversation about this. We have had several conversations about this, about where it felt like it was going, because he's a great friend of ours.
Yeah,
Always friendly, always doing everything, but you know what it is, a bottom line business.
absolutely
And I think he knows as much as you know, or
right.
as you were saying, like this might be that time. Coaches are not stupid.
No,
They're going to continue to do their job, but they know exactly what's going on. They know exactly what's happening. But I think it's time for a different regime. I think it's time to turn the page. Uh, but at the same time, it's going to be different. But once they start calling for it like that, man, like you know that well as I do. Whether it's Alabama, Auburn on both sides, you can't lose 3 times in a row. And then or in his words, we get paid. I get paid to win SWAT games.
hey, and then you lost to not your first string, not your third string, not your second or fourth string.
He ain't gonna let that go.
You lost.
He
I
ain't gonna
joke.
let that.
I joke with Alabama fans back when Ohio State beat them with what's my name? What his name was?
Cordell Jones.
Cordell Jones when he came in and beat. That was a big joke. Man, y'all got beat by a third string quarterback. Well, I
Right?
got somebody. Well, Cordell Maynard, boy, he topped that. He said, "Watch this. Hold my bill. I got one bill. We gonna just go on and get the field straight. Just let him
I
just
got
handle business." But man, I'm proud of Kareem though. But still, yeah, that let that will be done. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, I feel like I can say this on here. I'm not violating nobody's trust. I can feel that there's a change is about to come. Um, with everything that happened, it's just the natural order of things. We all know nobody stays in this business forever,
No,
regardless of who you are. And sometimes it's just getting a fresh start, getting somewhere else.
right,
It is what it is. But them folks on the hill ain't gonna stand for that.
right.
They ain't gonna stand for Bama State dominating like that. But give a great congratulations, shout out to Bama State, man. Uh, it was warm out there from just getting out there. But I will say this: do you think there's any? I'm gonna ask you because I'm not gonna comment on it. Do you think there's anything he can do from this point on to put himself back in the good graces of the administration?
See,
I'm asking you as not as us as football people. I'm just asking you
right,
as an alum,
right.
and
See, I
having to
don't
sit and
know.
watch it.
But see, what the unknown is, I don't know how the administration feels his fan base feels about him, right? So don't
Mhm.
really know administratively. We'll find that out. But is if you're asking if there's anything that he can do to maybe get back in the good graces of the mass majority that says that we don't need to move over, I'm going to say absolutely not.
I didn't think
Nothing,
so, but we moving on from that.
because it would the only way that we could have possibly been where you're talking about is had he won Saturday. I think anything short of a SWAC championship or representing the SWAC on that side of the division, I think we all gonna feel the same, in which that is
That's that's
virtually
that's that's gone.
impossible at this point. Right, that's dead.
That's
So,
dead.
so no, I don't think so. I mean, from the administration standpoint, I don't know, but from a
Hmm.
fan base standpoint, I don't think it is. I mean, I think it's just the nature of the business, right? I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It
But
is what it is.
but but outside of that, got to give congratulations to Alabama State for doing it
You you
again.
you congratulated them one time. They don't get but one. Okay.
Hold on, that's your talk. That's your
You
talk.
you congratulated them one time.
I congratulate you as much as I want to.
We can't keep stroking them. They get
I,
one stroke per show.
that's on you. That ain't on me, Bulldog. Okay,
And keep on stroking them.
might have
Okay.
to give them one more since they beat you 3 years in a row.
Shucks, man.
So but I mean, overall, I think, like you said, we already said what needed to be said when it comes to that. Overall, the atmosphere was good. Nobody got in trouble. My sister and my niece got on TV a lot. Apparently,
Apparently.
They was on ESPN, Fox 6.
Shit. I've been going to the classic for 40 years. I know 30 straight, and I ain't never got on the dang on screen. And here they come, just come down the highway. They all over the news. Boy, I
I
tell you.
mean, you heard her. She been going for 50 plus, 50 over years. So one time. She's got a few more years on you, bro. Just a few more years. But
But
anyway.
I think that I probably have attended more than she has. Because I know I did a 30 straight year bid. I know I did 30 straight.
I don't know. I really can't say yes or no to that. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I know I ain't never been on the news before. They ain't never asked me how I felt.
It probably was Kansas walking with her more than anything.
And then the other lady that was on there, that's my we marched in the band together, Amber. She on there. She ain't from Birmingham.
Look, you about to get me may say something right now, but I'm not. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Look, I'm not gonna go that way. We're gonna move on. Time to get into some more nitty gritty. So since you wasn't really around,
No.
it was a interesting weekend across the landscape of college football. Everything else, I think it's time to get into a couple of things that we saw. And I'm just gonna go through a couple games, and then we can talk about what you want to talk about. Like I said, we ain't gonna get deep in X's and O's right now, but we can do a little bit. Nebraska, Ohio State. Did you get to see the game?
I saw some of it. Because it was somebody else opposite. What up, Sean? It was somebody else playing opposite of Ohio State in Nebraska. Um yeah, because I think that was 11 o'clock game, right?
Correct.
Yeah, you had a lot going on. But I saw part of it. Um, but I will say this. Don't be surprised
Mm,
if Ohio State drop another one.
I why are you taking the words out of my mouth?
Very, very, very soon.
I hope you
Very,
ain't talking about to the school up north.
very, very, very soon.
Or,
Uh,
or, or are you talking about Penn State this weekend?
very, very, very soon.
Okay, you can't. Hey, you can't add no more, bro. You can't add no more variants to it.
Bro,
Okay, the
I
var- the
mean,
var- the variance that you're into is 100% saying Ohio. You saying Ohio State might go down to Penn State in the crew. That's I got that. I ascertained that. I got that.
man,
I got that.
uh, I think that your observation was right. I thought that they can overcome um, the I don't want to say the shortcomings at quarterback from time to time, inconsistencies. Um, but I don't know, man. I don't know. They too inconsistent for me right now
Okay.
to feel. I got to bag off them a little bit. I got
It's
to.
I put like this. Saturday, you already know how Saturday classic days go.
Yeah.
So it's hard to see anything a lot of times. And I mean, given the for some people, giving the what I like to call the quick highlights is
Yeah.
enough. But you know how I am on Saturday. You know how I am
Yeah.
on Saturday. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens. I'm in my cave. I'm making my nuts. I'm doing everything. But from what I was able to see, is what I've been afraid of. Um, Got to give shout out to Nebraska for playing them tough. For playing them tough. I am just not a Will Howard believer. I'm not the person that says put everything on the quarterback. I'm not, and you know I'm not. But my point is, I'm just not a Will Howard believer. Um, when it's time to push the ball down the field for him, I don't see that clutch gene in him. I don't see
Right.
that clutch gene in him to match that quote unquote $20 million roster that they have put together with Henderson, with Junkins, with Ibuke, with with the freshman, with the great freshman Jeremiah Smith, the most complete. I know everybody gonna get upset with me because of Ryan Williams.
No,
Lord, you
they're
know
not. No, they're not.
it's but Jeremiah Smith is just he's a big, great wide receiver. I like his game. Always have liked his game. Uh, no disrespect to Ryan or anyone else of the freshman receivers that's showing out, but it's something about that quarterback, that swag that he just don't seem to have it. And it's
Yeah.
something it's just not there for me. And they playing tight. They keep playing not to lose instead of playing to win when it comes down to them in Ohio State. That's just me.
Right. Right.
But going from the number 4 team in the country to the number 5 team in the country,
Okay.
did you see? Did you get to see a little bit of the Texas and Vanderbilt game?
I watched a little bit of it. You told me you said for me to tune in, so I tuned in and watched a little of it. Um, Isaiah Bond didn't play. I don't know how much that played a part. I think Vandy is really just that much improved. Honestly,
Fundamentally sound.
yeah. Texas is still, Texas is still solid. I think they'll bounce back. But
Mm-hmm.
I watched a little bit of it. I kind of was. I think once the Magic City Classic came on, I was really locked into that, cussing at the TV, and then cussing at the TV. So that took a lot of my time.
But you can't be doing that.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And then I think you had Alabama, Missouri on.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my eyes on peeled on that one because well, the first quarter was like what 3-0 or something like that. It was something weird. Um,
It was 3-0, but it didn't feel like it was ever. I was in the press box then, and it was, you know how signals and stuff be. So they had it
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
TV. They had it on the TVs up above.
Right.
But like I said, not having my setup is a little bit different. But yeah, go back into the Texas Vanderbilt game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I think that you're dealing with a Vandy that's very much improved. This is not your dad at Vanderbilt Commodores. They got guys that make plays on both sides of the ball, and Texas did what they did. You win, you survive and move on. Um, you know, they just got to keep winning. But yeah, Vandy gonna sneak somebody, bro. I don't even know if you're sneaking at this point. You
You're
better
not
come.
sneaking. You're not sneaking at this point.
Now you better come ready to play. That's all I can tell you.
You better come fundamentally sound. You better come with your nose to the grind. You better come forward because Pavia knows that scheme. Defense has improved. Like I said, they're just a fundamentally sound team. And then you play a scheme that you don't get to see every week.
Right.
You don't see that scheme every week. You don't get to practice against it a lot. And sometimes some people can just run it a little bit better. So,
Right.
with them and Jared Kill, the program builder, the program builder as he's known as, and he's doing his thing and doing what he do. Sean, I'm trying to remember if Allar is injured or not. I don't know if Allar is injured or not. I haven't seen where he was. But like I said, it's kind of hard when you missed a lot of stuff on Saturday, you know, and then life gets in the way. But I'm telling you, man, you got to give a shout out. You got to give a shout out to Vanderbilt, man. You got to continue to do that because they gave him a tussle. They gave him a tussle, which I fully expect.
Yeah.
Thank you for covering the spread, Vandy. Like I put you on my ticket. Thank you. Thank you 100% for continuing to cover the spread. Also, you know, but Texas, bro, like I said, we're gonna be short with this. We're gonna be short with that part of it. But there's some other things I want to get into. But I do have my notes, and that tells you that in my star, one of my stars that I have on notes is Texas A&M is real.
Not so fast, my friend.
They're real.
No.
How you figure?
Okay.
How you figure?
I think they're a solid team. I think they're good. I think what I took from that game, I knew, defensively, I never really worried that much defense. I think they can always kind of hang around, make plays on defense. Offense was, you know, now I do like the running back. Now that damn running back is nice. What's his name? His last name was it Moss or whatever his name is?
Yes, Moss. Yes.
Yeah. He is very nice. I think, to me, as I was watching that game, I felt like LSU had gotten control at one point, but they did play this big joker.
They did what now? Say it again.
I said I felt like I was playing spades, like I had the big joker, and Texas A&M played it. They didn't have an answer when they swapped quarterbacks. LSU was like a fish out of water. So I'm not ready to crown them. I know you're not crowning them per se. I'm not ready to do that until I can see them come into the game, face an opponent that's game planning for that other quarterback. I think LSU kind of got blindsided by that. So, but that's not Texas A&M fault. That's LSU fault for not being prepared for everything. So I just don't think they were prepared, and I think they just kind of got overwhelmed and got lost, and before you know it, was, you know, they got ran up out of there. But
I mean, I get that. I get what you're saying. Here's the thing. Here's like, because here I am with Texas A&M, because you know I've always been a big Mike Elko fan, even when he was at Duke. Like, always been a big Mike Elko fan. Believe that he really had that team and had everything moving in the way he wasn't be able to get the caliber athletes all the way around he's supposed to get because of certain different things. But he did a lot with a little. Because when they lost to Notre Dame at the beginning of the year, people just like try to push A&M to the side. When I say for real, I mean like back in the contender conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where I want to put them at right now. Because if you get a 10-1, and I'm projecting, you know, things that I hate. If you get a 10-1 Texas A&M versus a 10-1 Texas, as much as Texas A&M hates Texas, and as long as, you know, they ain't played in years because of the beef of the rivalry, that might be the most explosive rivalry game possibly for a berth in the conference championship or whatever that you're going to see. With that, and that makes you wonder how good could have their teams been with Elko as a coach of all that higher end talent. Ain't Jimbo, I'm not coming at you right now. Don't bring that to me. But I think it is good to see them doing that. And Nussmeier, man.
Yeah.
I think Nussmeier learned a lesson.
Yeah.
Your arm don't save you for everything.
Yeah.
Your arm don't save you for everything. It just doesn't.
And at the end of the day, he is a first year starter. So he's gonna make mistakes, you know. Which he did. I mean, they were on the road, the crowd rocking, man. That's a tough place to play, bro.
It is. It definitely is. It is a tough place to play. You just got to give them. I mean, you got to, you know, the 12th man. You know, everything the 12th man. You know, some people think it's whatever. You know, you know, people talk about Texas A&M and their traditions with the Yale crew and the midnight Yale and all that kind of stuff like that. But hey, that's who they are. But got to give them a credit for everything they've doing. Like I said, Barely got to see any games 100% on Saturday. But I know one thing that we can do. We can review what we said about a couple of games before moving forward.
Okay.
I have to admit 100% I was wrong on Notre Dame and Navy.
Oh, absolutely. 1,000%. We was terribly wrong. But that thing got ugly quick.
I'm talking about it got so ugly day. It got so ugly day, I just stopped checking it.
Yeah.
Like Jared said, Notre Dame knew how to defend that option run flex ball against Navy. Other teams aren't like acting like they didn't. Yeah. I didn't see a lot. Like I said, a lot of times on Saturday, this past Saturday, one of the few Saturdays that we're gone, that I'm gone, unless we're at a game somewhere. Yeah, I looked up and saw the score. I said, okay.
Yeah. I knew once I saw Notre Dame went up 14-0, I said that if they get up 21,
it's over with. You already know it's over with. Done
it's
for.
Over with. If they get up 21, it's a wrap.
Riley Leonard is another QB I don't believe in. A lot of I do believe in some of the talent around him. No, no. I didn't. I don't. Nope. But back to the LSU Texas A&M game. Got to give Texas A&M now the top of the SEC, 5-0 in conference, 7-1, doing your thing. Like I said, it could set up a huge matchup. You understand what I'm saying? Like it could set up a huge matchup. But moving on a little bit, just a little bit. Like I said, we ain't got time to get all. Got to give a shout out to Kurt Cinetti. He just keeps doing it, man. The guy just keeps winning.
Yeah,
and he's a winner wherever he goes. He is transforming the people of the program wherever he goes. Even with a backup quarterback, even with your backup quarterback, and game day was rocking. All that stuff was rocking before I left the house. Everything was going well. I like Kurt Cinetti. He won't be in Indiana long.
No.
For what he done in the previous spot into now, his background with everything, because he did use a coach under Nick, a couple other people. He's really look. I like everything about Cinetti. He believes in everything that he does. He's a winner.
I was watching, and sometimes I'll switch over to like Big Ten. They have a show, a pregame show. They
do.
Have Big Noon.
Yeah.
But Urban Meyer, man, of course he talked highly about Cinetti, but the one thing he did was, he said what he did. He said he went down on the field one game because he just wanted to see, like, first thing he wanted to see was look at their size.
Mm-hmm.
He says first thing he looked at, he was like they passed that, they checked that mark off, and then just see the interaction between coaches and players and how they execute. Urban Meyer said this team could really be a player, man. Like he believed they can cause some problems. It ain't no fluke. I put it that way.
I'm with you on that. Let me ask you this question before we go on about Indiana. Not about Indiana, but about another team. Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh with Eli Holston pulling the trigger down there. Eli Holston, former Alabama quarterback, pulling the trigger, and they were doing all that. They ain't doing nothing but winning, man. That's all they doing.
I'm looking forward to the game this weekend.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, that's a big one. Them at SMU, that's gonna be a really big game.
That's a huge game.
So you will find out there, what which one I'm real, which one pretending. Well, what we got. I think they both a very good team. But you'll find I think they're the prime time. Well, they're on ACC Network, but it's 7:00 game. But yeah, I think you'll find out if SMU is what it is and if Pitt is what it is, because that's a very interesting. Not a lot of people not really talking about the ACC, the race in the ACC, but you got an undefeated Miami.
I was just about to go through that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one loss Clemson. I think it's one loss SMU and a one loss Pitt, right?
But not in conference.
On the overall, right?
In conference, you got Miami, Clemson, and SMU, and Pitt that's undefeated.
Correct. So the good thing about Miami won't see Clemson um, until the championship game. But I want to say, if I look at this again, they may have Pitt. Let's see.
Who?
Somebody who else got Pitt? Clemson got Pitt. So Pitt are going to have to play SMU and Clemson. Miami has they don't play Clemson. Let me see who they play. It's somebody they do play though. Let's see.
Hold on. What Jerry say? What Jerry say? He said, "How my Tar Heels get the brakes beat off of us by James Madison, but play a close game against Pitt? Football, bro. Every week. Look, we going into week 10, and before we go on, we're going into week 10, and I think the thing that a lot of people don't really realize is scouting, tape, and everything that goes along with it. Coaches are going to make adjustments. Coaches are going to see what they're good at. Coaches are going to see what they're bad at. Bad things that happen. You're going to continuously see that through the season. You're going to see somebody in week 12. You can be like, man, they playing against this team 10-2. They playing against a 7-5 such and such. Next thing you know, using the fourth quarter in a tight game with a 1-possession game or a 2-point game, something like that. Because coaching continues to evolve. It doesn't just stop.
I mean, then too. I mean, you got, like you said, you got coaching. Then you may have some key injuries at this time of the year. A lot of stuff. You know, your depth at week 9, 8 and 9, whatever, it ain't the same as week 0. So, you know, things happen. And by the way, Miami don't have to play Clemson, SMU, or Pittsburgh. So
I'm reading Sean comment.
Sean, yeah.
What do you say now? Hold on, wait a minute.
South Carolina.
I know what he's talking about. It's 6:30 p.m. ABC.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it could very well happen. I mean,
it can.
Hey, South Carolina been giving everybody fits.
I mean, it really can. I'm with you, Sean. I'm with you on that because them two beasts that they got up front on that D line don't do nothing but affect the game. Dylan Stewart and old boy, all they do is just cause havoc. That D line causes a lot of havoc up there, and if Lenore Sellers can continue to give them just a little bit of consistent offense, and they don't make those mistakes, yeah, I can see it. South Carolina, man, is a team that doesn't get a lot of credit for what they do and for the scheme and for everything that they continue to bring each and every week. But I will say this: their players normally come ready. Their players normally come ready. Yeah. They definitely come ready to play 100%. But was there a game that you watched this weekend that you want to comment on yourself?
I don't believe I'm saying this.
I can believe it, but go ahead. I don't know which one it is. I can believe it. Go ahead. Before I move on to the rest of the games.
You know, I walked away Saturday evening, right, from the TV. And I walked away saying it's something I didn't think I was going to say.
Okay, I'm listening.
I give Colorado a shot to win the conference.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I said it earlier on the very first show, but I was just talking trash. Because, you know, we was talking about like our bold predictions, whatever. We were just throwing stuff out there.
They on the list, Colorado, right here on the list. Go ahead.
It's no team, even BYU, as good as I believe they are, it's just something to be said when you got 2 top 5 players in the country on your team. One of which plays on both sides of the damn ball. It's almost like you got 3.
What he's doing is 100% ridiculous. But keep going, Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, so they already. First of all, shout out to Shedeur. I've seen his maturation process from high school into college, and now as a third. What's this? His 4th year, I think.
Yes, we've seen it personally.
Yeah, and his release is phenomenal. It's how quick that ball gets out of his hand is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Man, I give him a shot. I can't believe I'm saying this. but I really, really give them a shot, man. So that was my biggest takeaway from this past weekend. That I didn't come away saying that they would be out. I think that they got a legit shot to win the conference. I really
I'm
do.
I'm, I'm with you. The Colorado hate is real quiet right now. Even in my certain chats that I'm in, even in certain text messages I used to get from certain quote unquote college football people, y'all real quiet right now. Real quiet. That's all. I'm gonna leave it like that. Day. I'm not gonna go off today. I promise I'm not. Renard won't rant today. It won't be ranting Renard. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna say y'all real quiet.
Yep.
Hold on, Dave. Because we saw this live and in person.
Yeah, Jared, I think you got a point there. My only pushback with that would be
Maturation.
maturation. Number one, um, that would be it. That would be it. And also, um, maybe the skill level of some of the guys, But yeah, here's how I feel about HBCU football, Division One or any Division One, FCS, Group of Five. I feel like this. I feel like your big separation is not at your skill positions, right? Uh, it's 4 3s on. Everybody got somebody on the camp and run a damn 4-4 if they playing if they playing big time. What is FCS Group of Five? They all fast, right? So your difference is going to be in the
Coach.
interior.
Interior. Yeah.
Right, that's going to be your difference. So you're right. Um,
And that's what almost every coach has said.
yeah,
The coach
that's your
we
difference.
talked to, coach we talked to personally, coach we've been on media calls with. Yeah,
Yeah,
same. They've said the exact same thing. It's
yeah.
always going to be up front.
See, even at Lindsey Wilson, there was a guy on the team that can run a 4-4-4-4-3. There's no doubt. I mean, he's there, right? So you're gonna get that. The difference is where Dave, them biggest linemen might be 6'4", 320. You talking about somebody on the Power 5 level. They tackle 6'6", 6'7". So, but yeah, I mean, I can feel what you're saying, Jerry. I left there saying the same thing. Like, damn, he didn't have this much success in the SWAC, but I mean, a lot of things a little different.
Yeah, a lot of things a little different. I 100% agree with you on that. A couple more things before we move on. Like I said, maybe we can, especially since we didn't do an after dark on Saturday, would have definitely been able to get into a little bit more. Uh, Alabama and Missouri, 34-0. From what I could see, it seemed to start off slow. Um, them not having Brady Cook and then stuff like that, but I got to give Alabama credit for bouncing back. That's the only thing I can get from it from right then. But that says a lot about the team itself being able to bounce back. You know how fans do, man. They was questioning whether or not Kalen DeBoer had the intensity and stuff like that. But that happens all the time. Everybody's always
Yeah,
on your side until something goes wrong.
yeah,
And then that really shows you once that adversity hits, that shows what your team is really made of.
yeah,
I don't care. I don't care if it's whoever, whatever your team is. That just shows you what it's made of. It was a good performance for them, and I can see how important the shutout was because Kane Womack brought his first string back out
hmm
on the goal line to get what they needed to get. But that was a depleted Missouri team that,
yeah,
like I said, like they said earlier, like I believe you sold your boy out to get that win the week before. Not
yeah.
saying they would. I don't think they. I don't think with a healthy Brady Cook they even win that game. But maybe they might have scored. But
Well,
did you get to see any of? Did you get to see
I,
it?
I
What was up?
did. That's must see TV for me. So what I saw was Alabama to me struggled early.
Yes,
Um, had they played someone that would have been able to take advantage of opportunities, like you said, Missouri Cook I think tried to play.
he did.
Um, Yeah. So they just couldn't get over the hump, but they were able to make some plays, but of course couldn't get in the end zone. So I
Right.
mean, early on, I think if Bama's playing somebody that could maybe put some pressure on them, I don't know how that game turned out. I think that once they realized that, hey, they just can't score on us, then they kind of went ahead on and rolled them. But all in all, I think that only thing Bama could do now is just win, no matter how ugly or
That's it.
how pretty it looks. You just got to
Well, we're
win
gonna
and let the
find out
chips.
next week, ain't we?
Right? Who we got next? Who they got next?
They go to Baton Rouge next week.
Is that next week?
Next week, they off. Both teams are off this week. Alabama and LSU are off
Okay.
this week. They go to Baton Rouge
Go to
next week
Baton Rouge.
at 6:30.
So you're yeah. I mean that's going to be your season right there.
They're
You
calling
just
that a CFP elimination game.
Yeah, because that'll give both of them what 3
Three.
losses, one of the
Yeah,
two. I guess. Good. Yeah. So
that's what they
yeah,
want to call it. So I I,
it
I have
yeah.
and truth be told, no, I'll be quiet about it. I'll be quiet. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I'll
but
wait.
but I agree. Especially when you in conference with you got Texas, Georgia, now Texas A&M. Of course, Texas A&M and Texas would have to play, and if Texas can survive, and let's say whoever the loser of that game maybe only have 2 losses. So I agree with them on from that standpoint. But only thing if you're a Bama fan or that's your team, no matter how it looks, they just got to win, bro. I
You just
mean,
got to win.
you just got to win and then let the chips fall where they may. Nobody saw the Vanderbilt loss coming. I said I saw 2 to 3. Honestly, my 2 was 1 regular season, 1 playoff. Right, that was a solid 2. I didn't see now once they lost to Vandy, I kind of see more of the 3. But just play,
Just
just
play.
win in advance. That's all you can do.
That's where we at right now. This is where we at with real college football, and a lot of things is about to happen, especially with the 12-team playoff. Matter of fact, we about to go to that in a minute because I've been preaching this since the summer, and for some reason, I sit back and I watch and I look at people say what they say. Well, no reason why I be quiet about a lot of stuff because y'all literally have no idea about the 12-team playoff and what it really means. But before we go into that. Like that's why I said part of the state was happy, and then that later on that night, the other part of the state was happy because guess what? You ran the ball, and what they don't know about what happened on the other side of the state, there was some lineup changes up front.
Mm-hmm.
Braden Joyner got to get in, and he's been doing his thing, doing this stuff, Dylan Wade, all that kind of stuff like that. But you gave Jarquez the ball. The hard part about it was what was crazy was a lot of them there were RPOs that were called. They wasn't just straight runs; they were still RPOs. I was looking at them like, bro, stop calling out. But then he went to it and finally said that, man, we're just gonna continue to smash. We're just gonna continue to smash. We're gonna continue to smash because the holes that was open was crazy. But 280, 278 yards on 20 like 23 carries.
Right.
The man had a game of his life. He could have easily went for 300.
Right.
Like by himself on that much needed win for them, and it didn't look good at first.
It didn't. But
It didn't look good at first, Dave.
but they couldn't. Kentucky couldn't stop turning the ball over.
They couldn't start turning the ball over, and bro, they just got they Vandegrift and old boy Vandegrift has regressed, and the other dude he's just one dimensional.
Right.
Right now, so I think that's kind of the reason why it happened. What happened? That's why we're gonna run the ball on you for 300 yards. They
I
needed to get a
mean,
win, so
yeah, and I felt good about them in this game. I mean, because like I said last week, like they have been in all these games, but just find a freaking way to give it away. Right? Keep the dang on ball on the ground. Create scenarios where throwing makes it got easy plays that you make. He ain't trying to save the dang on day. Um, and hey man, you got one of the top backs in the conference in your backfield. Hell, you got one of the top backs in the nation in your backfield. Yeah,
you,
use them.
you well, Dave Thorne and Milrow remind me similar, but not in style. What I mean in similar is that Kiss, keep it simple, stupid.
Basically.
And what I mean by keep it simple, stupid is don't give them nothing too complex. Don't give them nothing too much. Thorne is kind of like that. Thorne is sometimes like that person who you give. It's like the kid that you teach to ride a bike. If he's going up and down the driveway, going up and down the street, just let him stay there. Just let him stay where he at. Just let him stay where he at. And same way with Milroe. Sometimes you can give him too much. That doesn't mean he can't do it. That just means you giving him too much and taking away from what he does for what he does best.
I really think. Do you think this win propels Auburn some? You think that gets that team confidence?
Well, I will say this: that team. I have to be careful what I say here.
They didn't play like a team that wasn't confident, though. I didn't see a team that wasn't confident.
No, there's one thing that I can 100% report with being accurate, and I know this firsthand. That team has lost zero confidence and continued to build on who they was every week. And I can say that even with Alabama too. Yeah, I can say that. I can say that easily with Alabama too. But they have not lost confidence in who they are and what they were, but they know how young they were. They know how young they are. Like I said, that's why that's why I think you take the game plan of a Kentucky. Not saying Kentucky was world beaters, but they was an okay defense at the time. But you take that game plan. Now, you ain't going to be able to run all that stuff, but you keep it simple, stupid. Uh-oh. Dave done left us. He gone. Anyway, we'll still talk. We'll continue to go. Something happened with Dave. I think his computer went dead or something. Oh, no, hold on. Let me see. Maybe he's back now.
Yeah,
I went big screen for a minute. I said, "Now hold up, I ain't asked for this."
I figured it was gonna get me eventually.
But hey, at least it's better than every 2 minutes.
That's true.
But yeah, I think propel. I can't say propel, but I will give that young team confidence. You got the monkey off your back. It's like an 0-9 team that finally gets a win. You get the monkey off your back. You get the monkey off your back. So it's a good thing on that part of it. But Dave, I want to say this and I want to show something. Oklahoma, man. Y'all talk too much to be performing like this. Your defense is legit. But between Hawkins and Jackson Arnold,
yeah,
I think Hawkins will be better. And I think that's something they can build around, but for right now, I don't think they.
Yeah, they got some issues. They got some issues at that position that I don't think coming into the season they thought that they would have. I really don't. But hey.
Jared said this is random, but I'm rooting for Johnson C. Smith against Virginia using the CIAA championship and calling now. Oh, really? Okay. I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that, Jared. Now, I'm going to hold you to it. Sean said, don't need to stay at the house, but he needs to ride. He needs to ride that bike in the grass. I'm not allowed to talk too much about that. But one thing I wanted to get today, because it's so easy for us to talk and keep going about so many different things. That's why we have to continue to do more shows. And like I said, if you haven't right now, hit the like button, especially if you're on YouTube, hit the like button. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, whatever, hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, subscribe. Hold on. Let me move. Can I move? Downside Football Podcast. You see it. Subscribe everything on YouTube. We got to get our numbers back up to where we were supposed to be. But one thing I want to talk about, because it's a week away, and there's a reason why we're doing this on a Tuesday night. Do you know why?
I don't, brother. Enlighten me.
Because next week at this time, we will have the first college football playoff rankings.
Yeah.
At this time. And with the 12-team playoff being 100% brand new, something that I keep telling people, I want people to read this as I'm about to show it, because this is what I've been telling y'all for months now. Okay? Let me see if I can get it up. I want you to read this. Let's see if I can get it up here. The 4 highest ranked conference champions. How many times have I said this, Dave? Will be seeded 1 through 4.
Right.
So it does not matter who's number 1 next week.
Nope.
That is just a ranking, like a AP poll ranking. Don't get your draws all in a bunch because of the fact your team is not number 1. We did this and we did that. Who cares? It doesn't matter. This is my PS.
Win your conference.
Win your conference. If you want to be one of the first 4 that gets a bye for the college football playoff, it says it right here. The 4 highest ranked conference champions will be seeded 1 through 4. How long ago I've been preaching this? And will receive a first round bye. Okay, 5 through 12 will be the teams that play at home. Okay, remember that. Now, quote unquote, group of 5 champions will probably be like 12, because nobody is dominating the group of 5 right now. Nobody's really dominating the group of 5. So that's a whole different argument. Then it goes to, this is why I keep telling people, y'all worried about the wrong things. Win your conference if you want 1 through 4. Okay? Look, we talked about this already. We talked about the great Friday and Saturday where you're going to have playoff games. You got the 12 seed versus the 5 seed, 9, 8, 11, 6, 10, and 7. Okay? Those will be not your automatic qualifiers, not those who didn't win their conference championship, whether it's the ACC, Big 10, Big 12, or the SEC. I said conference championship. Okay? So you see, that's why the 4, just like basketball, that's why you see the 4 top seeds have already advanced to the quarterfinals. Then you got 5, I'm just going to say 5 through 11. That's basically what's open. Okay? So, and that's a lot to sort out. So when people kept saying the regular season didn't matter, the regular season doesn't matter as much, they're lying to you. It's been right here the whole time. The whole time. I can't believe how many times we've had to say it and tell other people. This is not me telling you what's going to happen. These are what the rules are right here. Straight from the College Football Playoff website. Now, I remember me and Dave talking about it when we were saying like, oh, so you just got to win your conference championship basically 1 through 4. That's why they wanted to make sure the conference championships still matter. That week off can be huge. Now, it's going to be good to get a 5 through whatever, to be a home champion. I mean, be a home playoff game. That ain't nothing but money. But that's an extra week of wear and tear on your body after you played.
Right.
So I just wanted to see so y'all can see it. And that's why that first Friday and Saturday, you see all the games are going to be played. That's the last weekend before Christmas. And I told the wife, whatever we got, don't bother me. I'm not going to be available. Sorry. Men, go ahead and plan now. Somebody got something for you on. You got one game on Friday. I think it's only one game on that Friday, and I think that Saturday night is more. I mean, that Saturday, I know all day Saturday is just go ahead and plan for it right now. But I just wanted to say it because I already know you already know what's gonna happen next week, Dave.
Right.
How are we 6 and this is blah blah blah. Just win.
Right. And honestly, if it's me, I mean, if I'm the media, I think that it's pointless, right? Honestly, I think that you just normally just do your poll, just I don't know. I think it's all pointless until after conference championship time. So after you get the winner there, then But that just keeps it gives us something to talk about. I ain't tripping there. It's footage.
Well, I will say this.
Controversy.
I don't feel this because of right now you got like 20 plus teams or more that's still in. I don't feel like it's pointless. I think if you're talking about the top, then maybe you might say, okay, I'm one now, but that don't mean I'm gonna be one unless I win. But let's take I'm just gonna say a BYU or if you want to take a Notre Dame, you want to take someone like that. Like like you in the top 16, 17, 18. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you right there, it doesn't feel like it used to in the past where it was just those four. It's like if you are 18, you still got a chance depending on your schedule, depending on who you are, depending on what's going on. And that was remember that was the whole thing that we kept talking about. We kept saying that I can't tell you, quote unquote, how many teams from here or how many teams from there because it's going to depend on a national schedule.
Yeah.
And we're still at the point right now, even looking at some of the games this week going into it, everything depends on, you can't say, well, you lose, can I get in with 3 losses? Well, it depends on how nationally everything else plays out.
Right.
So it's like nationally it plays out because you still got to look at the people that, if you have a conference that has a lot of losses and you get somebody in that conference championship game, 9 times out of 10, the other team might not make it in.
Correct.
But if you got a team, someone like how the ACC and how all the big conferences are playing out, it looks like 9 times out of 10, if those teams keep winning, a couple of them probably will definitely be in. Mm-hmm. And then that's when you go from that to 2, and then what if you got another 10-2 team, So to me, that seems to be the beauty of it because nobody knows exactly because they still got to take into account strength of schedule and all that, and the only thing that's solidified is 1 through 4.
Mm-hmm.
1 through 4. So you have to win your conference championship. So teams that look like you even take Alabama for instance. You got to keep winning, and you really need a Vanderbilt to keep winning because that helps your strength of schedule. Mm-hmm. You don't need Vandy to get the 6 wins and say the hell with everything. You need that team to continue to keep winning. Whether if you're, whoever Pitt has played, whoever all these other teams have played, you need for them to continue to win. Like that part of it is still there.
And see, that's the only thing that will hurt a Miami because let's just say you got a 1-loss Miami. Well, their strength of schedule really hadn't been all that great.
That's why
they've had a couple scares too, right? They've won some last minute, games, stuff like that. Where, for instance, a Pitt and a Clemson probably has played a little bit more tougher schedule. Definitely a lot more tougher schedule this year. So, it is. I watched the polls, but one thing I do know, unlike in previous years, your conference champions, they get what they deserve. Because they actually get it's no more the days of you're not winning your conference and you still getting the top 4. That's not gonna happen. So
that's over with. Y'all can let that go. But it's just that don't be surprised if you a 9 seed and you get an 8 seed. And so that means you have to go on the road. It's like you have to understand that it's totally different. I've been preaching this through the off season, through different people that I know. It's like, some people love going by the AP poll, and that's all well and good. But guess what's going to be scrapped next week? Mm-hmm. The AP poll is still going to come out, but guess what? Guess what people are going to be waiting on every Tuesday? The college football rankings. But here's the thing about it. You're waiting on the college football rankings to trying to see, are you even in position? Not to say like, we the second, or they put us second. Yeah. They can put you second, but guess what? To get a bye, you got to win your conference. Mm-hmm. So when people kept saying the regular season didn't matter, I said you're looking at this very short-sighted.
Right. And another thing too, they got to realize that just because you 5 on the poll, that don't mean you come in at 4th seed. That don't mean you come in the 5th seed in the playoff.
No, because 9 times out of 10, depending on where we are in rankings,
yeah,
depending on where we are in rankings, let's just say ACC got 2 undefeated teams and they both in the top 4 right now of the playoff ranking.
Right.
Do you think they're going to drop?
Right.
How far do you think they're going to drop? Same way for SEC championship. Same way. You got an Indiana still sitting right here. There ain't nobody talking about. They're sitting right here, 13 in the poll. What's going to be interesting next week, going to see where do they value those same things with the strength of schedule and all the values they put into it. Where are they going to go if they continue to be undefeated?
Right.
So then you have an Indiana, and let's just say, I'm just saying, not saying it's going to happen. Let's just say you have an Indiana and Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think they're going to end up at? That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like still 20. Like I think the thing was like 25, 27 teams, depending on different things that happen, can have a chance.
Right.
When have we had that?
Never. It was never meant to be that way.
Right. Yeah. It's like we got our top 4 and then we got our 10. If you in the top 10, unless your schedule, gives you what you need, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have it.
Right. So
now it's like that's when people like, well, my team lost. Dude, does the NFL punish you for losing the game, or does the NFL reward you for getting to the playoffs and handling your business?
You get to the playoffs, win your game, win in advance.
This is where we are now. I don't care what you did in week 3. If you get in, it's a reset. You're just trying to get in. You're just trying to have a great enough regular season to get in and hopefully be healthy as you can. That's where we at. I think it's gonna be great. Me personally, I think it's gonna be great. It ain't about whether or not they end up with the same 4. It's about the fact of it ain't about this is who I predict to be in the championship. That's not what it's about.
Right. You see, I can guarantee you that them top 4 conference champions will not be the last 4 standing. I can guarantee you that.
Welcome to it, man. You got time. You got time to prepare. You got things you can do. But that December 20th, I think they're gonna put on a show. Mm-hmm. And understand this is the longest season on college football record. The longest season. The season doesn't end to January 20th. That's a long time.
I'm gonna be honest. Out of all those seeds, the one I wouldn't want to be is 5. I wouldn't want to be 5 to save my life.
Why not?
Not if that fool from Boise State coming. Man, nobody want to see him, man. If they keep doing what they doing, who the heck want to tackle that fool in December? Nobody. Man, shit. That motherfucker probably be at the
you don't want none of Genty in December, right?
No, I don't want him in August. I definitely don't want him in December. No. I ain't trying to game plan for him, man. Oh man. I ain't trying to do that.
I feel you, man. But that's what it is. It's matchups. It's everything. You can say, hey, you did the gauntlet, and y'all wonder why they getting. Shut up. I wasn't going to be quiet. No, I don't go down that right. Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. I think we've been on an hour, man. We'll come back. We might come back tomorrow, but we might come back. I definitely, probably be back on Thursday. But I will say this. This is the part of the year where people talk about different conversations and stuff going on. We got a lot of good games coming up this weekend. We got to hit some more. We talked so much about what happened with the Classic, and that dominated a lot of the SWAC talk. We gotta get some more SWAC talk in there. But before we go, I want to give a shout out to TC Taylor, man.
What we shout TC out for?
Because of the fact of they didn't give that man the credit he deserved.
Oh, you talking when he got the job?
When he got the job and what he's doing. Excuse me, what he's doing now in Jackson State. Got him undefeated in the SWAC. Got to give him a shout out.
He better win out. Then I'll give him a shout out.
See, you was a hater, man.
Yeah,
You was a
yeah.
hater.
Because you still got Bama State.
I
Still got to
I,
beat Bama State.
I just said I wanted to give him a shout
You be
out.
getting too many flowers too early. I ain't getting no flowers. I ain't
I'm
getting
gonna
no
give you a flower. Why would I? What's wrong with giving someone a flower?
No, not yet. I don't get no flower yet. Because
I
he
mean, 'cause
dropped the album. He messed around there and lose the daggone Bama State and create a three-way tie. It's gonna be a mess. So TC, shout out TC Taylor, man. Great job. Handle your business, man. Make sure you beat Alabama State. Can you do that for me, please? And matter of fact, I think that states.
well, homecoming.
No, because they had their homecoming.
What states? What Alabama State? What?
State played fam for homecoming, so they beat.
Yes.
They lost the fam. They lost the fam, but they get. I think they get Jackson State at home. I think that's what it is.
Who?
Bama State. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm looking at it now. They do.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's November 16th. That's gonna be a big game.
That's gonna be a big game, bro. It should not have been a big game, but I digress. Sorry. Chuck.
Chuck said, "I got the bragging rights. Be quiet,
Man." I almost blocked him this week. That's what I did.
Why?
Man, that joke was tagging me all day. Every day. He hit me every day. Then I messed around and got him. I played my big joker on him, and he left. But he still didn't leave me alone. But you know,
I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, what you gonna do? Like, I mean, okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
And there's still a lot of SWAC season left.
It is a lot of sweat.
It's a lot because their schedule is so. I mean, it's just like any other conference, is backloaded. But like,
I'm making my plans for Jackson, but let me be quiet.
I mean, let me look at the standings.
I'm looking at the standings. Wait a minute. Whoa. First of all, let me catch up over here on the right a little bit here. Omar is right about health is too key for everyone. Yes. The thing I say every year. Okay, Quintel, you predicted Miles to win the conference.
They should. I think they beat Benedict this weekend, right? The past weekend.
I think they played. Didn't they beat Clark? I mean, the past
they
weekend?
beat Clark 2 weeks before.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They I can't even say that how they beat Clark. Teddy, we talk about that.
I watched it. I watched the game. It's on ESPN Plus. If you just go to ESPN Plus, type in Miles. Now, I will say this about Teddy's quarterback. He had a couple of early turnovers.
David Wright. You're a baller now. What did Matt Miller say? What did Matt Miller say, Reggie? What did he say?
Yeah.
Please inform me.
Yeah, Ted and them had some early turnovers too. Gave up a couple big runs in the run game. They made a comeback now. That quarterback that Teddy got could make some plays. But I actually watched the replay of that game.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched the replay.
Oh, David Wright is a baller.
Yeah.
Huge baller. Been baller. Said, let's say scouts and agents are telling college QBs not to leave school until they've started 2+ years. The NFL doesn't truly develop QBs anymore outside of rare exceptions. I mean, you said Matt Miller. Oh, that Matt Miller. Okay, that Matt Miller. I mean,
I can see that, but that's not everybody's situation, depending on what they've had in front of them in their timetable. But like for instance, like Anthony Richardson, which by the way, that's a whole nother issue. I heard what he did.
Yes, Lord. Lord have mercy. Move on
about that. Yeah. But I mean, I can see Reggie. I can see that. I can see that. I mean, in today's NFL, if they're drafting you, especially drafting you within the first 2 rounds. At least if I know the first round, they're looking for you to come in and play. They ain't not drafting you. They ain't not spending that money for you to sit on the bench. So I mean, I get it, but unfortunately, that's not everybody's reality.
And that's the problem with the NFL. It's like you already got drafted to a terrible situation. For the most people, you get drafted not to a great. I'm sorry, there's 3 college football games on in front of my face right now. It's Tuesday night. If y'all don't know, about this time in the year, you get great Tuesday night football. You get some action and you get all that kind of stuff like that. But I mean, the NFL is in a quandary right now. They're in a problem because they're used to the system being one way and it's not their way anymore. And like they don't know what to do. They really don't. They really don't. Some people want the Lamar Jackson type. Some of them want the drop back type. Some of them want this. Some of them want that. Instead of them, and I'm Lord knows not GM. A lot of them don't draft to. They want to draft the best player available. But if the best player available doesn't fit with your scheme, then what we doing?
Yep. Oh.
He said what now? Oh, you. Yeah. He should have. Yeah, he should have. I don't know how he recovers from it. He's young enough. You just gotta do something. You gotta do more on the field.
Yeah, bro. He probably would never take another snap while I'm here, coach.
Should we? Well, we've been on an hour and 13, 14 minutes, so
we'll be back tomorrow. I don't think I have nothing to do tomorrow.
Well, we'll see what was going on, but I was saying we wait to take a phone call. We'll wait to take a phone call. We'll let the Skype machine rest for another night.
Yeah, we can come back. I mean, like I said, tomorrow I don't think I got nothing to do.
It'll be tomorrow or Thursday. You know, we'll be back. And like I said, if you don't follow us on social media, everything is. If I can get out the way here, I don't think I can right now.
Well, you need to change your icon over here.
Which one? Which one you talking about? Talking about the bird?
Yeah.
I told you. What I told you. The hell with Elon. Everybody still call it Twitter. I ain't calling nothing that.
Get off my lawn.
You're right. 100% get off my lawn. I ain't changing that for him. For him.
Hey, you talk about me. You talk about me. You just bad.
No, I ain't just bad, but I'm not changing that. You know what people do now? It's so funny. A lot of them, they just say Twitter/X.
I don't know how you ever could. And then he named it X. I mean, if he could have, it ain't even a name. It's just X. I mean, like, he could have came up with something else. He could have named it Twitter X. Something.
That's fine. Send them on.
Yeah.
They coming anyway. So
cease and desist.
What you gonna do about it? But for real though. Oh, good. That's somebody I'm trying to get for a next show right there. Like I said, I really hope y'all enjoy it. So with everything going on, y'all know it's getting to the season where we really got to get the guests. I got to get them people lined up, man. It's just hard with schedules. That's all. Because people are in more demand now than ever. Some of the people that we really mess with, that we really trust, they have gone from zero to a hero. And I don't mean that they was ever a zero, but just the analogy, like they are just hard to get, and they're just some of the people that we trust. Just some of the people that we trust. Cause see, this is what I'm saying. You got everybody want to predict the 12-team playoff right now. I'm not listening to these people.
No, I'm not. It's way too many matchups, way too many one losses, way too many scenarios. Bro, just let it play out. I just looked at Auburn's schedule. And not they're gonna be in the playoffs, but hell, they could be so impactful to two of the teams that could really possibly make it.
So, I mean, we'll see, man. Look, we'll see what happens with what happens with it. But like I said, we got college football January 20th, which is long.
Yeah.
So, and then Super Bowl's a little bit later this year too. They moved it back.
Okay. No, I didn't know that.
I think it's moved back like a week or two or something like that. A week or so or something like that. Something they did to move it back. But anyway, y'all make sure, man, look, whatever platform you're on now, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on yes, we are on Instagram Live, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, all we ask is, man, like it. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And then also tell a friend to tell a friend. So anything y'all can do to help us, that helps us also, so that we can do anything day. So Reggie coming in with all the last minute stuff. Yes, we just got to talk about that. If the playoffs start today, BYU, Oregon, Miami, and UGA will be conference champs. That's wild. You wish. Don't count your UGA chickens yet now.
UGA?
Yeah, he counting them chickens a little bit too hard, ain't he? Y'all need some help.
UGA may mess around and have to beat that team two more times.
You need some help. So speaking of standings, let's do this for a second. Let's look at these standings before we go. Since he brought it up, Dave, it's his fault. Don't blame me, blame him. Shout out to North Carolina Central, man, University, for doing their thing too.
Who they beat?
No, I'm just saying the program itself just continues just to churn out everything. Definitely happy for them. They had homecoming this past weekend too. Okay, so right now, we got conference champion wise. So up top, Texas A&M is 5-0. Then you got Georgia at 4-1, Texas at 3-1, Tennessee at 3-1, LSU 3-1. So that's 4 teams at 3-1. I mean, that has one loss, and then Alabama with 3-2, Arkansas 3-2, Missouri 2-2, Ole Miss 2-2, Vanderbilt 2-2, Florida 2-2, and then it goes down from there. So you already know Texas A&M and Texas gonna play.
Right.
You got Georgia and Florida this weekend.
And see, unlike it has been in previous years, there's no East and West.
Zero.
And
no
so
East and West.
That's why now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know who's gonna be in them.
No Tennessee and Georgia play.
Yeah.
I mean, Tennessee and Vanderbilt play.
Right.
So, like I said, let's look at the top dog and see what they schedule got. Okay, they got South Carolina this week. I'm just doing conference games. Then they got Auburn, and then they got Texas.
Still ain't no cakewalk.
No, it's not. That game at Auburn is at Auburn, and they go to South Carolina this week.
The good thing is that the difference between now and previous years, that conference outlook, you don't know who's gonna do nothing until that final whistle blow on that Saturday. You don't know who gonna play in the chance. You know what I'm saying? Because the Texas and Texas A&M game could be
the Texas and Texas A&M game. I might be as excited for any rivalry game as I have before because of the pure hatred. It makes Alabama and Auburn look like cotton candy. The hatred that they have for each other, and the fact that they haven't played in years, and the fact that Texas talks about Texas A&M, Texas A&M talks about Texas in all sports.
I guarantee you somebody going to jail that weekend.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Somebody getting locked up.
Oh, you get my paycheck on that, huh? Yeah. Huh? Somebody going to jail.
Yeah, they're going to jail.
I'm saying several. The way these two teams have not played and the way these two teams do not like each other, yeah. Somebody going, and if they both 10-1, it's welcome to college football. And we ain't even look at like the Big 12. We ain't look at the Big 12. We can dive into more of these conferences more.
Yeah. Big 12 got a mess on their hand. I don't know what the ACC gonna do, and the Big 10 got a miss.
Big 10, you got Indiana, Oregon, who looks just powerful right now. Penn State. Then you got a 3-1 Buckeye team. Now, you know Penn State and Ohio State play this weekend.
Right. Right.
If Penn State beats Ohio State, that gives them 2 conference losses.
Which they also play Indiana, right? Ohio State.
Give me 1 second. I can definitely look at that. They do play Indiana. They play Indiana the week before they play Michigan.
Okay, so they need, worst case scenario, they would need a split. I think if they could split them, they could survive it. They would need a split. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, because I think that they still could end up with 2 losses either way. Whether you want it now or you want it later. You want it in the conference championship or you want to split? Well, how you want it. Possibly. But it's hard to beat a team twice. So, hey, man, that's why I said fast forward me to 2024. That's all I was saying.
Let's see who Indiana got left. Okay. Mm-hmm. Indiana has Michigan State. I'm calling that a W.
Yeah.
Michigan, Ohio State, and Purdue. Man, look, okay, we'll get more of this maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday, whatever day that happens. But look, when we kept telling y'all 2024 was gonna be it, this is it. College football fan, you getting everything you want. If your team got 2 losses or less, your season is right there. You ain't gotta be worried about being in the top 4. You just gotta continue to win. You gotta continue to win. We told you it's gonna be what you want. You gotta continue to win. That so when I kept hearing people saying that the regular season wasn't gonna matter, I'm like, you're being prisoner of the moment.
Yeah, that was never made sense.
It never made sense to me. Reggie said, "Is Miami real or Cinderella with a clock strike 12 on them?" I'm not gonna say that. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
I mean, they got arguably the best quarterback in the nation, arguably. So, I think with Cam Ward under the center, they have a chance to beat anybody. But they have a kind of soft schedule. Now, I know it's soft down the stretch, so they'll probably end up being undefeated in the championship game.
But then they gotta win it.
And they gotta win. I think of all the tricky teams, I think the crazy part is I can legitimately see a 1-loss Miami not making it. Only because of their strength of schedule. And them not.
They got Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and Syracuse.
Yeah, nobody that's even ranked. So I don't think they've beat a ranked team, have they?
Nope. Not that I don't think so. Because I don't think Florida wasn't ranked at the time. Ball State wasn't. South Florida wasn't. Virginia Tech wasn't. I think Cal was ranked at the time they played. Wasn't they?
I don't know, but Cal lost to Florida State, so I mean, I don't know. Even if they was, that disqualifies them for anything.
Claude have mercy. Let me be okay.
So as weird as that sounds, a 1-loss team that represents their conference missing it. That's what makes it so beautiful.
Strength of schedule is part of it.
I mean, do I take a 1-loss Miami or do I take just making up something? Do I take a 2-loss Tennessee, just for example? I don't know.
Omar talking about SMU. Yeah, SMU is coming. Like I said, you got a top. It's top. You got undefeated. You got Clemson, undefeated. in the conference. You got Miami undefeated in the conference, SMU undefeated in the conference, and the Pittsburgh Panthers undefeated in the conference right now.
Yep.
So, look, we'll talk about that some more. We've been on a little too long. Like I said, we got a lot to talk about. A lot. No, Michigan, I don't think you can pull off beat Oregon this week. Sorry. Oregon is still rolling. Good win for everybody in the state. Good wins around. Dave has already gave his, soliloquy about what A&M needs to do. So if you see him come on here next time with a 5 Manor shirt, you already know what it is. So it is what it is. Mike, where you at? I need me to make a shirt. Should have told me the weekend when I saw him. I really do need for him to go and make this shirt in I need to go and buy my black Nike pullover so he can go and put this on there and put the down south football down the sleeve. And then he gonna hit him up for that.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. But anyway, look, we've been on here long enough. Whatever y'all do, man, y'all can tell a friend. Shout out to Quintel for getting one of his homeboys. We had a nice conversation. He'd like to subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know. Y'all can do. We just asking for y'all to tell some people that you like, hey, man, these some pretty cool dudes right here to continue to grow our following, man. Like my goal for this year was to be at a certain number. I'm not going to say it out loud, but we doing good, man. Shout out to Magic City Classic, Taylor Bonds and all them coach for handling the media side of things. Want to give them their flowers. Want to give them their flowers for that. So all the sweat people. Did I tell you I saw Dr. McClellan about 4 times last week?
Yeah, you told me.
I kept, and then he was in the press box Saturday.
I'm sure he was.
But I didn't see him in the press box last year.
He was not. Unless he was there early before we had got there. But no, he didn't. I didn't see him.
I didn't get there early.
Unless he walked in and our back was to the door. So, but no, we didn't see him last year though.
No, he was like sitting down, like down.
Okay.
No, I don't have a strip club sponsorship at Magic City. But since you want to bring up a sponsorship, Dave didn't remind me. I'm gonna blame it on Dave. It's all his fault.
Hey man.
Before we get up out this thing for real, we gotta thank our guy, man. We got to. We don't have much of a choice. Chef Adrian seasoning, man. Definitely, shout out. If you don't have any of these seasonings, me and Dave both have some of them, and you see it scrolling at the bottom. Shout out to Jared. Jared, let us know how it is. I know Jared was one of the ones who bought. I know a couple other people have bought some this season. But before we get up out of here, man, these seasonings are the best. They go on vegetables. They go on anything you cook, anything meat-wise, whatever. Like I said, I have the real OG. I don't do hot. Matter of fact, Dave, you gotta try one of these hot ones that's over here too.
Okay.
That's sitting downstairs that he sent for us. But y'all can see at the bottom, man. All you gotta do is hit up at Chef Adrian Terry on Facebook and tell him, you saw it on DSF. If you saw it on DSF, you get the bottles for $8. They normally more than that. But him being a sponsor of the show, that bottom line is that he gonna give to all y'all for $8. $8 a bottle. So you see, like, you got the OG, the regular, you got the turn up, the mild, just blaze hot, all depending on how you like your food. They all $8. And I promise you, personal testimony, it's worth it. Because some of y'all have been rocking with us for a couple years, have seen Chef Adrian on the show, Adrian Terry on the show. You've seen him, like, in the comment section, for the famous smash burgers that Reggie be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you, Jared. I'm gonna hit him up. He said they haven't really contacted yet. I'm gonna find out what's going on. I know Jared was trying to get some. I know he did that, but bruh, whatever you need to do, get some for him. I'm gonna text him right now. And see what's up. Make sure he got plenty of it. He's selling that. He's selling some sauces. He's selling it all, man. So we still use it. We use it on everything. So if you don't do nothing else, man, get some of that. They done walked out again and left me by myself. So that's perfectly fine. It don't matter. I'm used to talking anyway, so it's whatever. So hey, make sure y'all do that. Appreciate AT for the love. Appreciate Chef Adrian Terry for the love, man. Appreciate him being a supporter of the show. Got some other sponsorships that's coming on board here real soon. Once everything get worked out. We just speaking of y'all, man. We just appreciate everyone that continue to rock with us, the media people that continue to rock with us, all that good stuff like that. Thank y'all for everything. Thank y'all for everything y'all do. So Quintet talking about speaking of Smashburger, what's up with them, Renard? Ain't nothing up with them. We moving on to turkeys and Thanksgiving. We moving on a little bit right now. Time to smoke that bird.
Yeah.
And we gonna definitely put some of this season on that bird. Anyway, moving on. But that's it, Dave. We up out here, man. But for Down South Football, man, we appreciate you. Dave just popped back in. Like I said, we'll be back again. If you're not following us on social media, continue to follow social media. If you did, you would have known about the show for today. If you known about the show on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, you would have known about the show already coming today. But you know what, though? We finna be about this thing, man. Appreciate y'all. Continue to turn your notifications on, and you'll see us. I get tired of the text message saying you're missing us. You got anything else, Dave?
I don't, man. If you miss it, just rewatch it, and feel free to share it.
Got both our Twitter handle. Well, I know that's my Twitter handle, but y'all can find me on Instagram. Y'all can find me on whatever, and y'all can find the show on there too. Y'all already know. We come back at you. It's time to get into it deep. But for Down South Football Podcast, holla at Chef Adrian on Facebook. For David Gardner, for Renard Williams, we out, man. We'll see y'all soon. Peace. Phone calls next show. Since we took too long.